The celebration of memory. The story of Dia de Muertos in the landscape of global traditions. Few are as vibrant, profound, and widely misunderstood as Dia de Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. It is a time when the veil between the world of the living and the realm of the spirits becomes thin, allowing for a joyous reunion filled with color, food, and music. This is not a somber occasion, but a life-affirming celebration of memory and the unbreakable bonds of family. At its core, Dia de Muertos operates on a beautiful and powerful philosophy. It holds that the souls of the departed do not leave forever, but are simply living in another realm, and once a year, they are granted permission to return to our world for a brief visit. To greet them with sorrow or mourning would be an insult. Instead, they are to be welcomed with a joyous party that honors their memory and celebrates the life they lived. This perspective stands in stark contrast to many Western views where death is often seen as a grim finality, a topic to be avoided and feared. Dia de Muertos confronts death directly, not with dread, but with a sense of familiarity, humor, and acceptance. It embraces mortality as a natural and integral part of the human experience, a cycle that deserves recognition and even celebration. The roots of this extraordinary tradition are ancient and deep, stretching back thousands of years to the indigenous peoples of Mesoamerica, including the Aztec, Toltec, and other Nahua cultures. For these civilizations, death was not an end but a continuation of life on a different plane of existence. They believed that grieving the dead was disrespectful. The Aztecs, for instance, held a month-long festival that honored the dead and paid tribute to the goddess Mictlantecuhtli, known as the Lady of the Dead. As the Queen of Mictlan, the underworld, she presided over the souls of the departed. This month of rituals, offerings, and celebrations is considered the primary ancestor of the modern Dia de Muertos. During these pre-Hispanic festivals, family members would provide food, water, and tools to aid their deceased relatives on their difficult journey through the underworld. This practice of providing for the spirits is a direct precursor to the modern tradition of creating elaborate altars, or ofrendas, laden with offerings for the returning souls. With the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century, the region underwent a profound cultural and religious transformation. The conquistadors brought with them their Catholic faith and sought to eradicate the indigenous traditions, which they viewed as pagan and barbaric. However, the ancient beliefs proved to be too deeply ingrained to be completely erased. What emerged instead was a remarkable example of syncretism, a blending of two distinct cultural and religious belief systems. The Catholic Church attempted to absorb the indigenous rituals by moving the celebration to coincide with the Christian holidays of All Saints' Day on November 1st and All Souls' Day on November 2nd. As a result, the ancient month-long festival was condensed into this two-day period, creating the modern framework for Dia de Muertos. The indigenous reverence for ancestors merged with the Catholic practice of praying for the souls of the departed, creating a tradition that is uniquely its own, rich with layers of history and meaning. The centerpiece of any Dia de Muertos celebration is the ofrenda, or offering altar. This is not an altar for worship, but rather a personal and lovingly constructed welcome banner for the spirits. It is built in homes, cemeteries, and public spaces, designed to guide the souls back and provide them with comfort and nourishment after their long journey. Ofrendas are often built on multiple levels. A two-level altar may represent the division between heaven and earth, while a three-level ofrenda can symbolize heaven, earth, and the underworld. The most elaborate ofrendas use 7 levels, representing the 7 stages a soul must traverse to reach its final resting place. Every element placed on the ofrenda is rich with symbolism, often representing the 4 classical elements of nature. Water is left in a pitcher so the spirits can quench their thirst. Wind is represented by papel picado, delicate paper banners that move with the breeze. Earth is symbolized by food, especially fruits and bread. Fire is present in the form of candles and copal incense. The most iconic flower of the season is the cempasúchil, a type of marigold native to the region. It is believed that the flower's vibrant orange color and potent fragrance act as a beacon, guiding the spirits of the dead from the cemetery to the ofrendas prepared in their honor. Petals are often strewn to create a clear path for the souls to follow. Food is a crucial offering. The most famous is pan de muerto, or bread of the dead, a sweet bread often decorated with bone-like shapes. Families also prepare the favorite dishes and drinks of their departed loved ones, from savory stews to bottles of tequila or soda. The aroma of the food is said to nourish the spirits. Finally, the ofrenda is personalized. A photograph of the deceased is placed in a prominent spot, serving as a focal point. For children who have passed, known as angelitos, families leave out their favorite toys and candies. Other personal belongings, a hat, a book, a guitar, are also added to make the spirit feel welcomed and remembered. Skulls, or calaveras, are one of the most pervasive symbols of the holiday. Far from being morbid, they are a playful and colorful representation of mortality. They are often crafted from sugar or chocolate, decorated with bright icing, and inscribed with the names of the living, as a lighthearted reminder that death comes to everyone. The most famous calavera is La Calavera Catrina. She began as a satirical zinc etching by the artist José Guadalupe Posada around 1910, intended as a social commentary on the upper class. She was later immortalized in a mural by Diego Rivera and has since become an elegant and iconic symbol of death's impartiality. Pan de muerto is more than just a sweet treat. It is a symbolic offering. Its round shape represents the circle of life, while the decorative strips of dough laid across the top symbolize the bones of the deceased. Enjoying this bread is a way for the living to share in a meal with the dead. The cempasúchil flower is used so extensively that it is often called the flor de muerto, or flower of the dead. Beyond the altars, its petals are used to create vibrant paths and carpets of color, leading from the family grave to the front door, ensuring the returning spirit does not lose its way. Papel picado adds a splash of festive color and movement to the ofrendas and streets. These intricate banners are crafted from tissue paper with elaborate designs cut out. Their delicate and ephemeral nature is said to represent the fragility of life and the fleeting presence of the spirits. The celebration unfolds over several days. The night of October 31st marks the beginning, with preparations being finalized. November 1st is known as Dia de los Inocentes, or Dia de los Angelitos, a day dedicated to welcoming the souls of the children who have passed away. On November 2nd, the main event, Dia de Muertos, takes place. This is the day when the spirits of the adults are believed to arrive. Families anticipate their arrival with food, music, and stories, sharing memories and celebrating the lives of those they have lost. One of the most important traditions is the visit to the cemetery. This is not a somber affair. Families gather to clean and decorate the graves of their loved ones with cempasúchil flowers, candles, and offerings. The atmosphere is festive and communal. In the cemeteries, families will spend the entire night. They lay out blankets, share a picnic-style meal, hire musicians to play the favorite songs of the deceased, and tell stories and anecdotes about their departed relatives. It is a party held in the presence of the souls, a true family reunion. While the core elements of Dia de Muertos are consistent, traditions can vary significantly from one region to another. Some communities may have unique local rituals, specific ceremonial foods, or distinct artistic styles for their altars, reflecting the rich and diverse cultural tapestry of the tradition. In recent years, the visibility and celebration of Dia de Muertos have expanded beyond its origins. It is now celebrated by communities and individuals across the world, particularly in the United States. as people of diverse backgrounds are drawn to its beautiful and meaningful approach to life, death, and remembrance. In recognition of its profound cultural significance, UNESCO officially inscribed Dia de Muertos on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity in 2008. This acknowledged the tradition as a vital and living part of cultural heritage that should be preserved and respected. It is crucial to distinguish Dia de Muertos from Halloween. While they fall close on the calendar, they are fundamentally different. Halloween's traditions are rooted in ideas of warding off mischievous spirits, while Dia de Muertos is about joyfully welcoming the spirits of loved ones home. One is a night of spooky fun. The other is a celebration of memory. The emotional heart of the holiday is one of pure love. It is the act of remembering, of speaking the names of the dead so they are not forgotten. It is the belief that a person is never truly gone as long as someone is left to remember them and to share their story with the next generation. In conclusion, Dia de Muertos is a fearless and beautiful confrontation with mortality. It is a declaration that the relationships we have with our loved ones do not end with death. Through vibrant altars, festive music, shared meals, and heartfelt remembrance, the dead are brought back to life for one more glorious party, reaffirming that love, like life, is eternal.